a lot of people in the country are opposed to him, but we wanted to see if those particular moments where you can convene and unite, if people could unite around someone who is also very divisive. It's kind of like an irony in his presence that way.
Let's take our attention off of Mr. Trump. What are your thoughts about what's going on, about our people being murdered by law enforcement or even ourselves? And how does that relate to what's going on today?
We'll be here all day. Okay. If you really wanted me to say how I feel about police brutality and the negligence of the government and just people of color in this country, period. Just the outroar of Colin Kaepernick deciding to sit during the national anthem, causing uproar. But my brothers and sisters.
You got a problem?
Cold blood.
Is there a problem? Why are you trying to push me out of the way?
That's okay. It doesn't
you guarding somebody or what?
You have a young lady that accused Chris Brown of holding her at gunpoint, and her word was taken for gold, and the SWAT team and everybody was outside of this young man's house. But people are dying every day, and it doesn't even...
Why are you trying to strong arm me like that?
It doesn't even get the attention.
It's a peaceful protest, right?
Police department of the government.
Sir, why are you trying to strong arm me out of the way? Huh?
It didn't even have the facts, but because he was a black man
Pathetic.
Accused of doing a crime, and although they didn't have the facts, they went to run with that story. You got Olympian Ryan Lochte, who they created this whole big mess in Brazil.
Why are you trying to strong arm me out of the way?
People were arrested.
What's your problem?
Because of the lies, and then nothing happens. They describe him as being a child in the media.
Strong arm
but our brother Trayvon Martin was killed in cold blood, minding his business in his neighborhood. Mike Brown, and they were described as men. They was described as grown men. So they get uncomfortable when we make it a race issue, but that's just what it is. And what I really don't like is when people make it, how do Black Lives Matter, and if black people are killing themselves? Well, when you have people that have been oppressed for so long and living in impoverished conditions, how are they even thinking about, I'm not going to kill my brother that's of the same color? They're trying to put food on their table. They're trying to take care of their families. I don't know if I would even think about not hurting someone when it comes to feeding my family just because they're the same color as I am. When we talk about crime on a race-to-race ratio, it's always black to black. It's always white on white. It's always Latin on Latin. So when we use that, when we bring that up in a conversation as a justification why police are justified for killing us, come on.
No one's trying to justify police killing black folks. What we're asking is, why are we spending all this energy going after Donald Trump when we could be using it to focus on the real problems in our inner cities? I'm from Pontiac. I don't see people out in the street protesting the fact that there's widespread poverty. They only come out when there's a galvanizing figure that they can virtue signal about.
Killing black people every day. Why are we putting the focus on a man deciding to sit during the national anthem when that's his right as an American?
Absolutely. I think that's stupid. Why are we doing that? How can we keep picking up these stupid stories and running with them and dodging the issues? Why hasn't Democratic government taken care of anybody in our cities for the last 50 years that they've been in control? How about we ask that question?
Well, it's easy. It's easy to know because every time we bring up Black Lives Matter, they're saying that we don't matter. But the real question is why are we why is the government constantly taking money out of our neighborhoods, out of our communities soon as their budget cuts? The first thing they subtract from, first thing they cut from every year is education. So we're not educating our people. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to make better decisions to put themselves in better positions.
So why are we here protesting the lack of funding for education? Why are we talking about Donald Trump, who's coming into the city